Hi. Um, I like that, wasn't it? Relapse. Why do we relapse? It's a strange one because what the hell? A lot of us will have a little spell off the booze, and then someone for reason goes straight back to it. I'm not sure why, but everyone has different reasons to go back to it. But I don't know many people who've actually stopped drinking and will suddenly um, not go back to it. Basically, most people go back to it, even though it's doing us a lot of harm. It's this sort of feeling that you have to be part of the game, part of the team. That's what I thought. What I'm missing out on. When eventually you walk up to things, you think, well, why the hell did I even start? And then go back to it because it just causes more and more problems, doesn't it? Every time you go back to it, it's worse. It's simple as that. Hi, TK. How you doing? Nice to see you. I was talking really about why we keep relapsing. Most of us do. I don't know anybody who's just stopped and just never stopped or even I saw it start again. Or even contemplated start. Most people think, oh, I'll drink again in 2 months, or I'll come off for a little while, see how it goes, and all this sort of thing. But it's really the killer, this relapse. Now, I've been speaking to a lot of people recently, post Christmas, basically, when people have relapsed over Christmas and need help to get off it. And the problem with it is, every time you relapse, as I mentioned before, it gets worse, doesn't it? And this need to have a drink, people think it needs to be part of British culture, really. You know, oh, if I don't drink, what am I going to do? Because for years, that's all they've done. And a lot of people have just worked, got in the pub, worked, got in the pub. That's it. I mean, in between that, they might get married and had children, but mainly the focus has been on the pub and the amount of hours you spend in the pub or recovering from booze and traveling to and from and worrying about things is absolutely incredible. I don't know time. You've got to find something to fill that time, otherwise, you'd be like me and just keep going back to it. And I did a couple of videos the other week about how I've been off for 2 or 3 years and just having that one. It felt quite good having one or two. But it never ends up there, does it? It always ends up in total disaster where you are taken down the bottom again. The most famous one for me was after 8 years, when I went to south of France and I started drinking a couple of bottles a day, and then within a few days I was drinking full time again. I was still intrigued as to why that happened. Even the doctors couldn't answer that. Why do you have this long spell off and suddenly you're caught up with it again, or it catches up with you, and you're in the grip of full blown alcoholism again? Because you can't cure it, You don't just manage it. People say you can't cure it. I don't believe it. I don't think it's anything curable. I think it's a curable thing. I think it's just got to be managed best you can. Once you've got it, you can't get rid of it. It's as simple as that. And most people admit that when they've been sober for a while. Hiya, Garen, how you doing? Relapse, no relapse for me. Now I'm going back on a 6 years, 5 months. That's fantastic. That's well done, well done. That's about the same as me. I'm 6 years and 3 months, so pretty much around the same sort of time. No, you can't go back. It's not. Mind you, I said that after an 8 year period, and I went back on it. Be very careful. Hello, Charlie. How you doing? You got to be very careful with this because it can just sneak up on you. See, it just sneaks up on you. Back to square one again. And every time you do that, it's worse again. And like I said earlier, I cannot work out. Nobody's told me. Nobody can tell me why you go back to full on drinking very quickly once you stop. Does that make sense? You come off the booze and then very quickly you're back on it full time. There's no build up to it again. It's not like you have 2 or 3 drinks on a Wednesday, 2 or 3 drinks on a Thursday, or a few more on a Friday, and then come off it. You're in this cycle of rinse and repeat straight away. Well, I was straight down to the bottom of the bottle within a few days. In fact, when I had 8 clean years, and you regret of all that. The regret you got after messing things up. And in my mind, it was working hard to not drink. Um, Hi, Samara. How are you doing? Good evening to you. So yeah, I'm just trying to talk about this relapse and why when relapse does it get controlled so quickly? No one seems to be able to explain that. Charles Bells, I made the mistake of thinking only one. Back to the hospital I went with pancreatitis. Not good. Jesus, eh? Why does it? What is it that makes it so addictive? Just having the one or two will always lead to problems. It's very bizarre how, not just the one or two addicted, one or two, then it takes an addiction. It's the speed at which it controls you again. You're back into this straightforward grip of it, aren't you? Like a vice like grip, you've got to drink until you get hospitalised. Hospitalised. It's madness how quick it goes on, and it's very, very difficult to explain. Nobody has ever explained it to me. Probably, but we know you've got to just be strong with it, haven't you? It's amazing. Let me. How are you doing? Sunday night after a weekend, absolutely caning the booze Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Worst thing for me was when the pub started quieting down on a Sunday night and you realise it's any Monday. Yeah, it's the fears, isn't it? The Sunday fears. Horrible they were. Yeah, it's true. Tomorrow, the first drink is the alcoholic's kryptonite. Bang, it's gone. Oof, straight away. Hi everyone. Hi John. How you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah. So the speed at which it creeps up on you is incredible, and you're hooked again. You're just hooked. You can't ever be a social drinker. It still bothers me. Not bothers me. It's in the past now, but it still intrigues me as to how it catches up with you. And you can't, no matter how hard you try and fight it, you can't be a social drinker. You just cannot do it. Not ever wanted to be, but I'm just trying to work out why I got in such a mess so quickly after 8 years sober. Hello, Kevin. Nice to see you. The death of the work of the devil probably is. Yeah, you're right. Max MUFC. What I find incredible is just how many times you can forget how it makes you feel over and over and over again. And the longer you've been off it, the more dangerous it is. Yeah, that's it. The longer you've been off, the more dangerous it becomes, doesn't it? That's what happened to me. Take it that super low feeling of relapsing and being so annoyed with yourself and lost again can't be an option for me anymore. No, me. No, I couldn't do it. Physically, my body would just crash. Mentally, it would crash. Hello, Neil. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, so, it's so important to keep sobriety as your priority. That's good to realise. A lot of people say, how do you stop? How do you stop? Well, you can get off it with help. Some people can tape it down. Once you get off it, then you must stay sober because each time you relapse, it's just worse and worse and worse. You forgot the bad, can't forget the good. Yes, it's probably right. We do forget the bad. You've got to have the bad in the lead. If that makes sense. There isn't any good overall. There's no good overall. Don't gain anything really. Kevin, do you think them 8 years off saved you in a way as it gave your body a rest? Well, funny enough, I had a little hernia which had to be cut away. So I asked the surgeon, did the 8 years, exactly that question, did the 8 years off make a difference? He said, no, not at all. He said, because your damage was done when you were young. How would they know that? I've got no idea. That wasn't anything to do with the liver. It didn't operate on the liver. It was just from the scans. Tell. So I think it did personally, but according to the doctors, no, not because some people get damaged, get cirrhosis. I've got a friend who was diagnosed with cirrhosis of fibrosis when he was 21. He still drinks now. He's 40 now. He can't survive. He's not drinking a lot. It's still going to kill him. It's going to still kill him 20 years younger than he should go. He just won't listen. So I was very much in that mode. I'll be fine after 8 years. Things must have repaired. But it's a bit like getting a liver transplant. You got a brand new liver, but the other organs and psychologically you're not right. And the amount of people that do drink, even after they've had a liver transplant, is quite scary, to be honest. And a lot of these rehab places haven't got a particularly high incidence of recovery or making it, to a full few years. Really, some people go straight into it. So it's really important to realise that. Really important. It's not something to be taken lightly or just have one. It's like putting a bullet to your head or a gun to your head. Isn't it? Steve, have you ever had to return to hospital recently to have more sites fluid? No, it stopped in 2021. Never had any more problems. But I do get scans every 6 months, which is good because I put a little stent in the liver, shunt called the TIPS, which opens up the portal vein. Plus, I look after myself. I don't drink. I exercise. I eat well. Try and get some rest when I can. Kevin, that's what I was thinking. The 8 years could be 8 years. No, it didn't. Strange enough. Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts, Kevin, and people around me. Oh, you'll be able to have one or two. You've been off for 8 years, but it doesn't work like that. That's why it's so complex, isn't it? Max, Steve, do you ever walk past a cozy looking pub with people looking like they're having a good time? Feel like you're missing out. I can't help but get tempted when I walk past. No, Max, not now. No, I've got a much better life without. I've built a very good life outside of alcohol. So the pub's the last place I want to go and sit and drink. I will go on for a zero or a cup of tea. No problem. So, Anna, you've got to explore and not exhaust every conceivable method of drinking before you can start thinking about sobriety. Yeah, I think that's right. You've got to try all ways, haven't you? But it will get you in the end. It's just no. It's a no from all the judges. You cannot drink again. That's it. Some people argue with me and say you can, but I don't believe it. Penny Stephen, if you didn't have those 8 years off in sauna, you wouldn't have survived that 5 years bender. Well, I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Maybe I was a bit fitter, but according to the doctors, it didn't make a lot of difference. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying. That was my thoughts as well. To actually get, I'll be all right after 8 years. Surely I'll be all right. And that's what still bugs me in a way. Why it's got a grip so quickly you can. And hadn't done anything wrong with that. It's bizarre, isn't it? I didn't drink any more when I started again. If I drink less, I'll drink less. But I've had a message of a lad who was 25 years plus sober, and he was on holiday and had one or two, and he was straight back on it, and he was landed in hospital very soon after that. So that's how dangerous it is. It is. Well, as Mara mentioned, it's rocket fuel. It's ethanol. It's poison. The liver doesn't know what you're drinking. But it'd be lager, cider, or wine. How's it, said Peter? Oh, hi, said Peter. Nice to see you. Just dropping the super chat. Thanks very much to support the channel. Really good of you, Peter. Thanks, Steve, for all your advice, prices. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate that. If anybody wants to help the channel out, support the channel, please drop a little super chat in or the buy me a coffee links there. It all helps towards supporting the channel and keeping it going. I'll start doing some more lives again, so a few days off. Ricky, how you doing? Hi, I'm pissed again. Jeez, you got to try and cut down, Ricky. I know it's not easy. That's what I'm talking about in relapse. It doesn't do you any good, does it? It's just a constant. It's sightlessness. I didn't even eat at the end, but some of you will drink, eat, and then go to sleep again and hope the next day is better. It never is. But the hard part, I suppose, is to get sober. But the even harder part is to stay sober. And that's where I come in. That's where some advice is helpful, because this need or this want or this desire to just try one is always there. As somebody mentioned earlier, if you go past a pub, do you feel like going in? Very rarely. But you're in a bad spot. It's not funny. No, it's not. All right, Ricky, how's your head? Samara, I changed my drinks many different times, even drank abroad to see if it would be like a gentleman. You always think you can be yeah, you can't, can you? I did that. A gentleman drink, I just got some nice lagers in cans and stuff, like craft, well, not craft, like nice different ones from Belgium and Germany and all that. It made no difference at all. Just have two. Never had two. I think, oh God, it's only 9 o'clock, I might as well have another one. And then 3, at least I might as well have 4, 5, I'll be all right with 6. I'm not working, I was retired, I'll a couple more and be fine. It never was. You got better having 6 or 7, you think, oh God, I had 6 or 7, I shouldn't have had any. Chris Allen, how are you doing? Hi, right, big lad. Enjoying a drink every once in a while. It's still fine. So I still have a life, but enjoy the videos. Thanks, Chris. Oh, if you can control it, it's fine. I mean, I loved it. I was king of the pub and I was a drinker. And it took over, But it's a good call, Chris. But it's a bit rough. Got to go to the hospital every day. So I have to drink at least 6 beers before a bottle of whiskey when I get home. Jesus Christ. What are they doing at hospital to you for you, Ricky? We have seen your injuries not too good, not good, man. What are they doing, Ricky? In hospital. But that's another thing about drinking. When I was out of addiction, I couldn't even go on a haircut. I used to have a drink just to go along the high street and sit in the chair for a while. Everything I did, I had to have a drink before. That's not right, is it? It's not normal to do that. You know, every time you come off, you think, oh, God, go back on it again. Please don't do it, because it is the mother of all problems, really, to be fair. It's just like, fucking, I can't beat it. You cannot beat it. Everyone tries, man. There's not one person I've spoken to who hasn't tried to moderate it. And it's not like, oh, I'll be all right. You'll not be all right. Red Tiger, evening, good evening, Red Tiger, how are you? Happy New Year to anybody I haven't spoken to. Yep, so focus every day. I'm going to be sober today. That's what you've got to do. I am going to be sober today. If you lose that in your head and you lose the will to be sober, you'll fail. I don't want anybody to fail because it's a much better life. Because every day gets better. Obviously, you have bad days when you're sober. I mean, you don't take your problems away. You still have debts and mortgage companies and car loans and whatever. You get through the post and parking tickets, which you've got to bat off and all this sort of nonsense. Rising prices, but at least you're here and you're here with, some good intentions and a better mind and a better body. Clear head is fantastic. And to be able to relax without alcohol is incredible. So another thing as we mentioned the other day, why do most people not want to drink, not want to stop drinking? A lot of people don't want to face the world without a drink, do they? They get used to that sort of calm down period after work and the reward theory. It's over glamorized and all, isn't it? Ricky, blood on the brain, I crossed my mop at 3 a.m. drunk. Are you still in Thailand? Because I'm sure you were in Thailand, so abroad, yeah. This is a problem. There's another one there. I see crashing bikes, accidents, people just choking on their own vomit. There's so many bad things about alcohol, but in the midst of it all, in the not even active addiction, when you're having this build up towards the addiction, it seems like good fun, doesn't it? Hopefully, we don't want to face ourselves. Yeah, you don't want to face life sober, do you? Sometimes you have a problem. You think, I can't deal with that. I'm going to put it off tomorrow. I can't deal with it. I'll have a drink. All you're doing is putting off the problems to another day, isn't it? Really? And the drink's made it worse, really. Matt G. Early win for Peter. I last drank whiskey in 2010. That's brilliant. Well done. That's 16 years off it. Incredible amount of time, isn't it? So, I mean, you know not to relapse, don't you? As I did after 8 years, but still fucking did it. Maybe I was just, I don't know, naive. I don't knew enough about alcohol. I didn't know that I could have seizures if I came off. Hi Ricky, I love your channel. Hope you're feeling better. Ricky, people made what's a GoFundMe page? And I got £5,000. I'm drinking it now. Jesus, yeah, you guys try and get well, mate. It's not good. Your health is more important than anything, as we said before. Your health is your wealth. Because when I was losing my health really badly, really at the rock bottom, all I wanted to do was be alive. I thought to myself in my head, I don't mind if I'm in a cardboard box under Waterloo Bridge, I just want to be alive. I'm too young to die. I was 57 then. I kept it on in my head, I'm too young to die. I wish this had happened, I wish that had happened, all these regrets. So when I've got the chance now to be sober, I'm sober. Simple as that. There's lots of people I know who say, oh, I don't care if I die. I don't care if I die. I don't care if I have problems. I say, oh, you will when you're screaming for help and you're in pain. You're dying when you're only 40 odd. How many Ricky you will be in jail? Matt, down to 5 beer a night, but not every night now. Well, that's good then. Try and taper it down. Try and get it under control. It's very difficult to get sober and not go back to it. It's a bit of a learning curve, really, to go back to it. It helps me forget and relax. That's why we used it, isn't it? I didn't have that many worries, I have to say. I used to drink when I was happy. I was never really sad. I was sad when I went to hospital. But I've always been quite an upbeat person. A very upbeat, to be honest. And you got to remember, most of us are quite upbeat. Other people cause you stress. Nobody goes out on their own and says, I'm going to be really stressed today. Something will happen in the day whether you wanted it or not, that was stressing. If you just had a little bit of money, you were perfectly all right on your own, just wandering around, and somebody's going to fucking stress you. They will. That's just life, especially at the moment. There seems to be a lot of stressed people about to try and bring you into their world. Angry drivers and all that sort of thing. That's what I mean. The angry drivers, the people who don't want to queue, the people who push in front of you and all that sort of thing. It's a nightmare. Everyone's getting faster and more aggressive on the road, aren't they? Ricky, if you go to jail, at least you'll have some good content for your channel. That's true. Prison hospital reminds me of prison. Not good. I hope you get well, mate. Michael, how are you, Stephen? Everybody in alcohol-free lifestyle, getting in from Thursday. Big shop, glad to be home. It's a jungle out there. Yeah, isn't it mad at the moment? The world seems to be becoming a bit crazy. Now you've got Trump and Putin giving it a big fucking hell. Where we're going to be in a few years' time? We're going to be next month. So there's another thing. We're going to be really fit. We're going to be really on top of the game because it's a fight survival of the fittest now. Anything can happen with these Greenland and Venezuela and Russian ships getting captured and all this nonsense. So got to focus on that. John, Ricky, lucky, very lucky. Your injuries could have been fatal. Take it easy, man. Leave the moped alone. Get a car. Definitely. Those mopeds are so dangerous. Even in the UK, they're dangerous. Ricky, so I left Accident Emergency Hospital to get back to drink. I understand that because I've been in that situation before. I didn't walk in the doctors and thought, bollocks, I'm not going to sit here and just fall off. It's not good, is it? Dublin, how are you doing? Someone was asking last week about supplements. YouTube wouldn't let me comment, but looking at something called NAC, very interesting for addiction relapse. Okay, well done, thanks for that. I mean, I see a very eminent consultant, and all she says is, well, just do everything in moderation. Have a good diet. Don't drink. Don't drink. Have a mixed diet. You'd be all right. But maybe supplements are good for some people, definitely. But thanks for that, Dublin. Ricky, the trouble is drinking makes me feel indestructible. That's the problem, but it makes you actually less indestructible. It makes you more destructible, isn't it? It does the opposite. It has the sort of opposite effect, really. That's the problem with it, isn't it? It's a mind-altering drug, isn't it? Any mind-altering drug's going to cause issues. And that's where we're at the moment. It's very difficult to control it. Even people who say they're functional alcoholics, they are functioning to a degree, but they're still being controlled by the alcohol. So obviously, because it's New Year, I'm pushing this not relapsing thing, because a few people have been off over this time, you see. And they're usually thinking, now it's a bit of a boring Friday night tomorrow, boring Thursday night, I'll just have a couple. That's what happened to me a couple of times. Kevin, I used to cycle to the pub thinking I'll have less because of that. I still didn't drink 9 pints. God knows how I got home off the time. That was me, Kevin. I used to cycle from the house I had along Epping, High Street, the pub. Always turned the bike up. I got back on at 11 o'clock, half 11. I could never, ever cycle back. Ever. And I couldn't even walk properly with it back. Like hands on the handlebars and steer it. Often fell in the ditch. Fucking nightmare. One of my alcohol-free channels was recommending cannabis. A lot of them seem to think cannabis is good, don't they? I've never taken cannabis over and over again. If you don't support the channel, then please do. Please drop a super chat or buy me coffees on the right there. It's nice to get some support. We've got quite a lot of support over Christmas. It helps us, helps me produce more videos and things. Keep these lives up, which I think are helpful. I think it helped a lot of people over Christmas, but it's now the time when people will go into a not depression, but it's a miserable month. The weather's bad. People are struggling for finances. Maybe they'll hit the bottle a bit more. Interestingly, Wetherspoons have got a sale on for dry January. So this alcohol-free beer I drink is cheap as chips in Newcastle. It's $2.63, right? It was only $1.69 the other week apparently. Because I don't go in the same place I used to because of paying the arse people. He was saying you get it for $1.69. Do you don't want to come? I said no, I don't go in that place anymore. However, Wetherspoon have this sale on in dry January. How odd is that? I know it's business, but it's killing people. John can't stand the smell of cannabis. Now, I've got a very poor sense of smell. My partner's always saying that. I've got somebody's been smoking cannabis. Even the police, I wasn't that good at detecting it, to be honest. I had a couple of lads who used to work with who were very good. But yeah, you don't want to be swapping one addiction for another day just to try and calm things down. It's going to be, you've got to be mindful of that, really. Every day you've got to say, I'm going to stay sober. Let's say something. I'll guarantee you now when you relapse, you're gone. Really, really am. And this month in particular, I keep going about different months, and Christmas is a trigger, and New Year's Eve is a trigger. But now it's a trigger as well, isn't it? Because we've got a problem with it. And so it's presented to us. Wow, it's only half, it's half price as well this month. £10. But you can get a few pints, Even if people are skint and go there. And they've got all these other options to get a few cans of beer from the shop. It's cheaper than ever in the supermarket, isn't it? And the TV is not much on TV, but by the time you get a bit older, you can't buy with TV. So just get a few pints, just relax. That's so dangerous to think like that. So dangerous to think, oh, I'm going to go out tonight, have a little wander around the town, give me something to do, and then you just pop in a pub and that's it. When I came off it, I was living in the Simpsons area, and I thought, what I'll do is I'll start and walk past all the pubs on summer's night. I won't go in them. And I did that for a long, long time. And when I used to get going, oh, I managed to do that. And I felt much fitter because I was doing a lot of walking and jogging and cycling and that sort of thing. Because the opposite to drinking is to get fit, isn't it? It's to stay fit, and you need your health, especially as you get older. If you do work now on yourself, you will need less care when you're older, won't you? Hello, Blackstone. I see. How are you? Really finally got home from work, soaking about going to order pizza. Another bottle of whiskey feels good. That's what you want. Get yourself a Diet Pepsi, a glass of water, nice pizza. You'll have more money. A lot more money. I was speaking to a lad the other day on the high street. He's had a brain aneurysm. Sadly, but he's back to just about normal now. He's given up the booze, obviously, and he's given up cigarettes. He looks so much better. He's younger than I, but he looks fresh, and he's planned a long haul holiday and stuff. So he's got so much more money. I don't care what anybody says. I always spend over £1,000 a month on booze. It's a lot of money. That's cash as well. It takes, you got to earn 15,000 to get 12, 10, don't you? Or 12. It's 12,000 a year plus, probably more than that on booze. £1,000 a month. Crackers. Might have played darts pretty much. Lost heavier to before the pub match. Starting the caller. Same player now. Tipsy, different player. I win. I know it's a bit weird, isn't it? Sometimes it steadies your nerves a bit. Hot pen. Pizza is manna from the gods. Yeah, I don't have a lot of pizzas. I don't have stopped doing is ordering food in because rotten food you get. Go to the shop and get it if you can. Do you know it's been pissing down all day in London? Great weather. Oh, it's horrible. It's been cold in the northeast. There's going to be really, really bad storms in the southwest. Alan, how are you doing, Alan? Sailed through the holidays without any temptation to poison myself with a demon drink. Sobriety brings so much colour into your life. Well done. I like that. That's good. It does bring colour in your life because you lose your sense of purpose, don't you? When you're drinking, you don't have any real reason to do anything. Your productivity goes down to -5, and that's what I meant about this. I mentioned functional alcoholics. If you can function to a degree, the alcohol is still controlling you, and that's not a bad. That's really not a good place to be. It's a bad place to be when you're just striving for mediocrity, really. So, man, I remember one time that I relapsed. I was trying to keep fit and cycle to work each day. Somebody stole my bike. Jesus. So I walked straight to the nearest pub and got pissed. I thought it was justified. I've done similar to that. I remember going to work when I was quite a young detective, and I had problems with a car, a Ford Capri. I remember them. So, man, the exhaust dropped off. I thought, oh, fun. I was in the shit with the bosses anyway. Just went and got drunk. Made the whole situation 100 times worse. 100 times worse. Hope you benefit from these live streams. I certainly do, and hope you do as well. And if you do, please support the channel by the Super Chat link or the Buy Me a Coffee link on the right. Yeah, you justify drinking, don't you? It does take away your problems temporarily. You wake up the next day and you think, oh, but I've still got the same problem. Your problems don't go away. But another thing I've noticed with most people that I do mentoring with and support one-to-one, very, very much overthinkers and worriers. Hi, Samantha, how are you? Nice to see you. Just try this out, watch. I found out how to do this emojis the other day. Watch. Oh, look. There you go. See? It hasn't gone in... Not agree. What's happened there? I'm just going to try this out again. No, I did. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so you've got to watch Relapse because it will take you straight back to square one and beyond. John Doe, that's exactly how it feels, Rona. Michael, we always loved the phrase functioning alcoholic after a friend said it was you. I functioned myself right into the hospital. Reckon I've chugged down the drink again, start back to prison. It's horrendous, isn't it? You are functioning, but the alcohol controls your function. Thanks, man. I did it. I did it. Yeah, I did. Managed to get an emoji on. Been trying to do that for years. Thank you for that. Well done, all. Hi, Penny. Well, hello, Samantha. Miss Samantha. Dean, Steve, yeah, do you like that thing? It's good, isn't it? Matt, Johnny Wilson, double vodka and coke. After that, I wouldn't even be able to stand up, let alone throw a dart. A lot of sportsmen, snooker players used to drink a lot, didn't they, as well? A lot of sportsmen. And they said it would calm the nerves. I remember, I don't know whether it's true or not, but I was told that Paul Gascoigne, I mean, he's a fantastic player. He's my dad said he was the best player I've ever seen. My dad was a big Newcastle supporter. And apparently he'd gone on the pitch. First half was nonsense. And the boss, well, whoever was in charge, to get a couple of drinks, he came out and scored 3 goals. Well, that's just an urban myth, I don't know. But when you're highly tuned like that, and your body's used to that, to settle you down, it wouldn't surprise me, that story, to be fair. It really wouldn't. Because I was the same in a way. I mentioned before, 3 or 4 drinks for a normal person, they're out of control. But we need 3 or 4 drinks to get in control. And maybe that's true when we relapse, to try and feel better in ourselves, and steady the nerves. Because after 3 or 4 drinks, I could drink without shaking. Correct, isn't it? So yes, we used to blame everything and everyone for relapsing. Thinking back now, it was quite hilarious. There's always an excuse. I'm bored, I'm sick of my life, or it's raining, or it's too hot. But you just want more drink, don't you? But really, you do not want any. Your body's telling you not to have any, and your mind as well. Yeah, cool, isn't it? I wonder. Hope you. Joey Wilson, triple whiskey, double bullseye. Wow, isn't it? Heard that? Yeah, I never had depression. I was really, really, really pissed off when I was in hospital for months and months, and didn't seem to be getting any better. Once I got better, then I came back to my normal self, as it were. Bit of daft lad, not daft, but happy. I've always been happy in life, but it's it'll take all of your light away from you. Alcohol, you'll be a different person. You become selfish in a way. You just want to drink for yourself. You don't start out in life to become an alcoholic. It changes your personality. It changes the way you think. It changes the way you act. The way you behave with people. You're not as forgiving. You're not as calm. You can't relax. You're always on edge. I'm still a bit like that with cues and things. I was trying to win the cue. God. I want to actually take a breath. My partner has helped me a lot with this, just to calm down. And I think a lot of us have drunk because we had very, very active minds. And maybe we drank to calm the brain. And we did it too often. And then, as I said before, or in the past, it's a habit that then becomes an addiction. And you need that to calm your brain, if that makes sense. So when we're off it, everything calms down and you want a bit more excitement again. Adrenaline junkies away. But you can't do anything when you're drunk or when you're drinking all the time. You just lose all your energy and your confidence. A lot of people just become recluse. Now. Ricky, my wife and kids have gone back to the UK from Thailand, and I've been here alone for 6 months, drinking much more than ever. So that's another problem. If you're left alone there, you lose your focus, you lose your purpose. And I've never been to Thailand, but I imagine there's plenty of bars there. There's plenty of bars everywhere. It's an easy place to go into, especially if you're quite sociable and just meet somebody, have a chat, and a couple of other people come in, have a chat with them, and get to know people. It's very quick. Kevin, it's true. I'm a chronic overthinker. Being drunk, you don't think about anyone or anything. Massive overthinkers. Most of us are. I'm not now, but I used to be, especially when I was younger. We all worry about things, 95% of which never ever happen. The what ifs. And that's part of this fear of missing out. What if I don't go to the point and miss out? It's a load of nonsense, isn't it? Dylan looks. I like alcohol because it's the only time I can cry. Antidepressants don't let me. Only time I can cry. Antidepressants don't let me release my emotions. Well, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, emotions are very high when you're drinking, aren't they? It's mind altering. Like I said, it's not. It's it's mind altering. That's it. Scientific proof, isn't it? Wrecks your brain. But you've got to just focus every day. If you don't focus every day, you easily get back in a mess quite easily. And this is a month that's got to be surpassed, as it were. You've got to get over this month because it's a time when people get really down with the weather and dark nights and all the rest of it. And just be positive because life's wonderful, and we're not here very long. You've got to focus on that and think, I'm going to do the best I can here, and not just sit in the booze or sitting in your house drinking. Dylan, next to you, you're looking even more well lately. What are you doing different? Don't know really. Just calming myself down a little bit. Keeping quite busy. Just getting on with things. I've got quite a busy year ahead. So yeah, eating the right things, I think, makes a big difference. Trying to get a bit more rest. If you can, focus on a bit more sleep, then do so. And just try and be content. Maybe is a way of looking at it. And not worried about what you're going to do so much. Have a few plans, but don't think, oh God, I wish I was a millionaire. Not I've ever done that. I've never been jealous of anybody, but a lot of people focus too much on certain things. Just relax. Try and relax a bit more. When your brain's relaxed, your body will relax. Maybe go to the gym, do a few more walks. There's lots of things you can do. But thanks, Dr. Appreciate it. John, if you're drinking all the time, it's pointless taking antidepressants. Yeah, I've never taken any pills other than that diazepam, and then they refused to give me it, which is mental. But I don't think they're giving medication out as freely as they did, which causes a lot of problems when people can't stop. Um, Dylan, true, John. They can also make you more psycho when you binge. It's no good, is it? No. If you can avoid medication, then please do so. Because all medication has side effects, doesn't it? You don't want to be taking meds for everything. If you've got a bad head, it's generally because you haven't had enough sleep, you haven't got enough water. Find out the reason. See you, Hot Penny. Take care. Thanks for popping in. If you've got to try and find out the cause. If you're seriously ill, you've got to be by the doctor. But if you've got a bit of cold, just get a bit early. Eat something fresh. Get some citrus fruit into you. That sort of thing. Don't antidepressants with alcohol can cause higher suicidal and homicidal behaviour. I'm not surprised. Yeah, thanks for that, John. You've got to be careful with all these things. Careful with alcohol. As soon as you get off it, this is another thing you can do. Concentrate on all these bad things. The meds you've got to take. The problem with we're getting older, you need more care. Like I said the other day, 7 out of 10 of people in care homes are there purely because they've got lost their mobility. So you've got to keep strong, keep doing some exercise, keep eating the right food. Because you end up in a care home and you're perfectly all right, really. You don't need any medical intervention, It's crackers. John, yes, my alcohol interferes with most medications, antibiotics, psychotics. Yeah, I'm glad I know how to take anything, to be fair. It's not good when you're taking all this stuff for your body, is it? But I suppose some people need it, like. Really, I was quite a balanced person, and I became unbalanced and unstable with alcohol. I mean, not on a daily basis, but in the end. And, it's killed a few of my ex-colleagues and the men, killed a few people I know. And there's not one family I've spoken to who haven't got some sort of link to somebody who is either ill with it, been injured by it, been involved in some criminal activity or otherwise because of it. And, the list goes on. The list is endless, isn't it? I do hope you benefit from these lives, and if you do, please drop a super chat in or the Buy Me Coffee link. One thing I will mention, if I do a short before go on these things? Is it better, or is it just better just appear? So I want to try and get some sort of schedule of days, so you know when I'm on. Would that help if I did a schedule of days? I just want to get a little bit of feedback on it. Dylan, I become extremely hostile when I drink a lot with them. Once I generally even scared the police because I was so aggressive and suddenly very strong as well. The police won't be scared, but I understand what you're saying, Dylan. Yeah. Charlie, very good video, Stephen. Have to go on very early tomorrow. Okay, Charlie. I'll speak to you soon. Dean, really good if it can be done without heavy meds. They ended up as bad as drinking. Yeah, that's the problem, Dean, isn't it? Yeah, sure, it's a good idea. Okay, so we'll do it. Shorts about 7 o'clock then. Half 6. Blackstone, you being live just pops up on the notification on my phone. That's how I find out. What would Blackstone? What would be better than that? Then? What would be a better way to do this? So I know I've got a maximum amount of people. If that makes sense. John, exactly, man. I experienced a few issues mixing them. Well, you will do, yeah, because all the side effects, isn't it? I thought you was Steve at 10. Oh, I had to pull that back to time a bit, Ricky. I remember that, yeah. Excellent alcohol releases your inner demon and underlying psyche. Dean, hello, Ricky. Yeah, so how about a short every time? What about scheduled days? That help? I'll work something out anyway. If anyone wants to drop any feedback for that, please let me know. And then you can sort of think, well, I'm going to be on Tuesday. I'll do this and get some questions in place because as soon as this finish, I guarantee people that ask questions and go, oh, we should ask that. I did it myself. You know, you always have a question for whatever you're involved in, not this, but just work or anything. Oh, we should ask that. You always have these questions come up by 3 o'clock in the morning, don't you? Did you write them down? Put notes on your phone and deal with them. And, I can't deal with somebody on here will be able to help because there's a lot of experienced people here who've been to hell and back with alcohol, as I have, and plenty of others have. Some people worse than me. Let's get a little bit trust. Blackstone, I guess if you have definite live nights would be better. An occasion for me is perfectly fine. Okay, Blackstone, thanks. Jenna, I don't normally get your short notification until about 2 hours after the live YouTube. Oh, that's a bit strange, isn't it? That's not good then. Oh, I'll do a schedule then, yeah. I'll work it out, John. Let's do a schedule. Then if the schedule changes, then I'll do a show. That makes sense. Rather than just popping up, here and there everywhere. So that's probably the best thing. How is the book doing? It's good. I've got the ebook out. I'm starting a new one, like a proper. I'll try and get the paperback really. Right, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, let's do that. What about Sunday? No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Perfect. Let's hit that one. I'll just take a photo of that. And then everyone knows where we are. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Unless obviously I'm away, which I'm going away a couple of weeks' time for a little while. But at the moment, let's do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we're back in tomorrow. Got you. Let's hit that. If anybody needs anything in between, just get in touch. Yeah, so Brian, I'm going to do a full life story, I think, which would be about a foot thick. The stories I've got from the police in London, the booze just goes on forever, doesn't it? I think we've all got stories, haven't we? Some amusing, some not so amusing, some dangerous. If I'm help people, we can all help each other. That's the process here. See, there's many people involved in this. I wanted 100 members, 100 people regularly. We'd all bounce off each other in a way because everyone is here for a reason. And the main reason I'm here, and most of you will be, is to be healthy again. Because there's nothing better than being healthy, is there? There's no better feeling than feeling really good and fit and think, no, I'm going to have something nice to eat. And not go and buy some rubbish and sit there with a couple of beers and feel rough the next day. And look rough and not be able to do anything, forget to clean your teeth and not have a shower and all that. But the things that go with it are all bad, aren't they? That first couple of hours you get of being a little bit merry, a little bit warm feeling. That's all it is, isn't it? And in the end, when I was, really ill with it, I wasn't enjoying any of it. Brian, why isn't it on Amazon? It's a good question. I must get onto that. I'll get a link to Amazon because only $5.99. It's really good. Apparently, it's a good guide to help to stop people going back on it. Yeah, I'll put in the links in the description. I'll send the links of all the description. The ebook's only £5.99. The price of a pint, really. But it is good. Got some good images in when I was really ill. It helps me sort of think, wow, how ill was I, And I can't go out. But I'll get a link to Amazon. I'm not sure how to do it, but I'll ask one of my helpers, either my fiance or my daughter, to do it. They're not too busy. But that's a good pint. Get it on Amazon. And then do like a paper book or something. Because, it will help people. I've heard stories about other books helping people. But, getting back to the square one here, you can only do it yourself. Get off the booze. But a little help by booking a reference is brilliant, yeah. 100%. I know a lot of people who get in touch with me and say, can you help my brother? And I said, well, get him on the phone. Oh, I just want to speak to you. But I thought, well, there's no chance of getting him well if he's not going to do it himself, Amazon is the one shop. Number one. So, okay, thanks, mate. Is it easy enough to do? That's a technical question, isn't it? Dean, I bet there's some good stories between us all. Oh, exactly. Yeah, we can do that in the future. So this will build up, Well, it'll be good this year. We'll get together. Sorry, you mentioned getting. I did mention last year trying to get a venue somewhere. We'll meet up and have a bit of a chat. If we get 100 people, it'd be worth it, wouldn't it? Just hire somewhere, even just hire a restaurant or something. Not hire one, just book tables. Hire a restaurant, but you know what I mean. Book 60 tables, or how many people want to go. But yeah, good stories and things to learn from. When I came off this, or when I started again, booze in 2014, 2019, I didn't really think of looking at Google or anything like that. I just thought it was on my own. Just me and the GP in the hospital. There's not. There's a lot more to it, isn't there? Michael, so did you say moving? Going to try Monday, Wednesday, Friday for live, 7:30 UK time. Walking around now, and the ear canal is almost totally stopped. Yeah, let's do Monday. Yeah, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 UK. That's what we'll do, and there'll be a little bit more, a bit more structure. And in those times, you can get some questions together for not just for me, but for other people, because there's mass experience. Think of all these people on here. Hundreds of years of drinking issues, ways to get people off, get you off the drink, ways to keep you off the drink. That's the most important. Kivo, I'm smoking pipe tobacco. How you doing, Kivo? That's quite nice. Sort of nice image, isn't it? Stoic, how you doing? Evening all contra, just listening in at work with the earbuds on. Hi, Stoic, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Thanks for listening, of course. The Blackstone, I've not done it. I imagine it's easy starting an eBay account, but all people who self-publish use that as their main sales stream. Okay, Blackstone, that's definitely one for the weekend to get that together. And get some more, get some more exposure, should we say? Really, I'll have a look at that. Cheers. Kivo, smokes pipe tobacco sounds really good, doesn't it? Not that I've ever smoked. We get the image of some just relaxing in the smoking jacket there. Like the image of me sitting in a pub in this fantasy world of having 2 or 3 glasses of real ale and just walking the dog home. It never happened. Never happened. When I moved to Epping Forest, there was a fantastic pub there. Loads of decent people in it, and just really sitting in front of that fire and a bag of crisps, a couple of beers. Never ever came to that. Between 6 and 9 or something, no chance. 11:05. Trying to squeeze the last orders in. Absolute madness, isn't it? The gentleman drinker can't do it, and the problem's getting worse. I think more and more people drinking more. Blackstone, it's amazing no matter how many times you say no to your mind when it says 1 pint, you keep getting the 1 pint thought. And the funny thing is, we never ever have had 1 pint in the past, have we? You got this fantasy you can do it. You can. I like that, the 1 pint thought. Michael, if you're considered channel host for trying that schedule, let's say. No problem. If it fits in with people, that's fine. So I don't want to sound like an arse, but giving up alcohol was more emotional than losing my son Tom and 2 divorces. It was all I live for. Oh, I know. That's for swearing. Giving alcohol is a massive thing. I agree. Kivo, now you're dreaming. Yeah, dreaming of the fantasy world of alcohol. I appreciate that, Samantha. Thanks for putting it in. It's a very personal thing, that. It's very personal, isn't it? Very personal. Yeah, the dream, Hugo, of just sitting there having a couple of pints, reading the Times. I actually did this. This is true. This I actually bought the Telegraph for a while because I got selected for a very quite an important post in the police. Anyway, they said to get through this interview, you've got to read a decent newspaper. Well, I didn't read newspapers. Maybe the Mirror or the Daily Mail or something. This board of senior officers, and one was an MP. I've got the Telegraph ordered, right? Remember the day they used to deliver papers? So you sit in the underground and look at the Telegraph, pretend I was looking. I never get past the first page, really. And I knew this interview was coming. The first question they asked me was, "What newspaper?" Not the first question. What newspaper do you read? I said, "Oh, the Telegraph." They're clever people, these interviewers. And the bloke said, I can't remember, commander or something. He said, "Watch. What do you read? The Telegraph. Who's the sports editor?" Knackered, isn't it? So it's best not to dream, isn't it? And tell lies. But yeah, it was just a funny story. That was not even drink related, although I still had a bit of a hangover when I went to the interview. The one pint thought is like the scam emails. I will catch someone at some point. That's very true. That I'll put £1,000 or £100,000 into your bank account if you just give me £500. I used to just when I get these emails from these foreign lands, so I'll put £5 million in your account if you give me £1,000. I just say, well, take it out of the 5 million. I'll take £10,000 out and take 9 for yourself and just post me the rest. We weren't having it. But that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, the one pint thought must be avoided. I like that. We're going to use now. That can be it can be a video of that. One pint thought. But it's so dangerous, isn't it? The danger of the one pint thought is you can be in a hospital within hours, basically. Yeah, I was speaking to a chap the other day. He was a lorry driver, actually been off 2 years, doing pretty well, back on sober land, as it were. And he was going to have a couple on the Saturday. I said, don't do it. Anyway, he did. He said he went for 4 pints on the Saturday night, between 8 and midnight. And then 5 o'clock in the morning, he woke up and started drinking from straight again, away. He got some cans put in the fridge the night before. It was a case, and he started drinking again in the morning. That's how quickly he got him back. I got him off again, but that's how quick it did. In a few hours, he was back drinking full time. I'll just pop in, have a quick pint, and never ever happens. No. Actually, the comedian Mickey Flanagan does a good sketch on that. Brandon, Reece, the only time I fell for an online scam was when I was drunk. Well, exactly. Yeah. All bad things happen when you're drunk. What do you think of depictions of alcoholics in sitcoms and comedies? Um, I've only ever seen one or two, and I think that was with Father Ted, the Irish priests and whatnot. There's a couple of things, and there one guy was sober, and he wouldn't have a drink, and they forced him. They persuaded him to have a drink. He went mad with the booze. And Father Jack went there, drink, drink, drink. Mick Miller, oh yes, when he does the thing about Noddy and the bottle of vodka. Yeah, Blackstone's depictions are not dark enough. I think you're right there, Blackstone. No, they're too comedic, aren't they? Not dark enough. So I've walked away from the recovery program that saved my life. Recovery is no longer the number one priority. Profit is. The bloke running it has allowed his addiction to chase greed, and you can't say, "Well, that's not good, is it?" Thanks for that story. Can you? I mean, as long as you can handle it on your own, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Dublin. I remember Father Jack Rapsy Nesbitt. Yeah, Rapsy. He wasn't really proper drunk, was he? He was just having a few cans and a string vest on, What do we do? But I'm not been a big TV watcher, but I do remember that particular thing, Father Ted. And it showed people he gets so linked with him and addicted, because he was addicted, wasn't he, Jack? In the comedy, Rick, I lost £40,000 on crypto coins I bought when I was drunk. I thought you could withdraw from the cash machine. Jesus, man. The things we do. I would hate to think how much I've lost over my lifetime with booze, but the thing is, I always say, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. And we deal with today, don't we? And we have plans for tomorrow, for next weekend. months after. But if you want to carry out these plans, if you're going to give yourself any chance of carrying out these plans, you have to stay sober. You have to stay. It doesn't say. I mean, sober is 99% of it. The other 1% is keeping healthy or healthier with more decent food, fruit and veg, the usual things, a mixed diet, and look after yourself. Because you don't look after yourself when you're drinking. That's the last thing in your list, isn't it? The only thing I used to wake up to was, I must have a drink to get myself out of bed. I must get the phone. There's loads of missed calls. I must get. You panic mode now. If I miss somebody misses a call, if I miss a call, I don't bother. I'll ring later. The panic that sets in with the anxiety, the anxiety, I would call it. That's when if you lose your phone when sober, you're annoyed, but not that annoyed. If you lose your phone and drunk, you're furious with yourself. Yeah, everything's worse, isn't it? every little disaster is massive. It's a good point. Now, do you know anything to do with crypto? I just skip. I don't understand it. Nor me. Really, that was an expensive drink. I bet I would. Hi, Paul. When are you coming to GHB? 3rd of February. Not long ago. Michael. No, he's pretty much retired now. But anyone appreciate the comedy of Bolton's own Peter Kay? Yeah, he was quite good. Yeah, pretty good. There's a guy called Simon Bennett who's very good. He's from Manchester, isn't he? Bennett, it's really funny. He takes the piss out of the audience. So when I've noticed when you leave A, your so-called A friends stop calling you. It's like you've defected, right? No, I didn't realize it was. Yeah. I never wore one for the AA, I have to say. Vernon, I had anxiety and panic on the tube when I had a travel out. That's exactly where mine started, Vernon. The underground system, really bad, really bad. Not good at all. It's really bad. Even mate from Stoic. Ricky, I tend to drive when I drink, which is bad. I thought we had 5 questions now. You got to keep off those mopeds. Just get a taxi or get a one of them bike things you sit on. Make sure that's something. Can't remember. I hope you benefit from these lives. You do, then please drop a super chat or buy me a coffee links there. It helps us keep going. So we're going to try and do a schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if the changes, I'll get in touch because obviously I'll be out and about some place times and busy. But we'll try and keep it that if we can, or if I can, and you can. I think that's better than just popping up randomly. At least we'll know where we are, and if you can prepare any questions you've got. Because I'll try and cover anything. Because if I don't know, somebody on here will know the answer to it. And there's thousands of questions people want. Some of the things people want to talk about. Kevin, I need your encouragement this year. New year, I slipped over the Christmas and now need serious liver detoxing. Well, come on here, Kevin. If you have a look at the links on the description of all the videos, there's a link to contact me if you need any help with that. You've got to focus. There's a good group of people on here who'll help as well. Focus, and you've got to look after yourself. Only you can stop. I mean, I relapsed many times, and to me, that's the worst thing that I ever did. Really. Vernon, I used to drink every day, many cans and pints. I thought at least I'm not drinking spirits, but I found that around 13 cans, 3 quarters of a bottle of spirit, bottle of vodka. Yeah. If you look at Vernon's comment there, it's very similar to me. I used to drink every day, many cans and pints. I thought at least I'm not drinking spirits, but I found that the equivalent is massive. That was my problem. I was convinced by society and relatives that alcohol was mainly just water. That'd be all right. Stoic. But yeah, imagine you woke one morning and you had taken a life. You'd never forgive yourself and wish that you had died. Not the innocent don't drink because you will drive. Yeah, drink drive is not good. Something to think about for the future, isn't it? It really is. Okay, folks, so we're done about an hour there, and thanks for popping in. I know I haven't done it for a few days, but we're going to stick Monday, Wednesday, Friday now, I think. So Brian, we bought 3 coffees. Oh, thanks so much, Brian. Fantastic support that from Brian. Bought 3 coffees. It helps the channel massively to keep going, keep everything ticking over well. We'll do a few more minutes because Urban's just joined. Kevin, most definitely this month we'll try using milk, thistle, and vitamins. Thanks again, Brian, for that donation. Urban, nice, a little better late than never. Nice to see you, Urban. Smart Ricky, maybe you should drink that much so you can't get on the damn moped. Yeah, it's true. Okay, Ricky, we'll stay on for a couple more minutes. Look after yourself, Ricky, will you? Vernon, thanks, Steve. Great channel. So, like I say, let's do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I do an extra one, so what, you know what I mean? But we'll stick to those three. So, like I say, prepare any questions you've got, or look at what you want to chat about. There's lots in the press about that at the moment. And I don't know what anybody thinks about this Wetherspoon thing doing half price. It's crowds, isn't it? Okay, thanks again for those who've helped out. And thanks for all your support again, all your comments, all your knowledge, experience, and help for other people. We'll keep plugging away. It's only early January. Let's move it forward this year and get more people involved regularly. And we'll have a meetup maybe in the summer. That's the main thing. Thanks, Steve. Great chat. Thanks, Vernon. Thank you, Vernon. So, thank you, Steve. Nice chat on this rainy, horrible night. Take care. Be the best you can be. Yeah. Spot on. Stoics and everything okay? Excellent. Well, thanks, John. Really appreciate that. Super chat there. £5. Fantastic. What a donation. Thanks, mate, and thanks, John. Thanks to everybody. And let's all be safe. Thanks again, John and Brian and all the other people who've donated. Keep positive. I would say keep positive. Everyone, have a safe, sober day or night. Thanks, Evan. Thanks, take care. Thanks, Stoic. Thanks, Samana. And isn't it done? That'll do it tomorrow. See, Dad. Well done. Have a safe journey, Samana. And I'll say good night and God bless and stay safe. Keep happy. Stay happy. That's the thing. Be lucky, really. That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Catch you there. All the best, folks. See you soon.